The Sports Scouting Report with Lieber King, brought to you by Harvey Autos in Shreveport, Bossier City, the name you've trusted for years. Geico, the insurance savings you expect. Supreme Chevrolet, expect more from Supreme Automotive Group in Gonzales.
Creed and Creed Law Firm, serious attorneys for serious injuries.
Bollinger Shipyards, 75 years of delivering high-quality vessels. Here's your host, Lieber King.
Hi everyone, Lieber King, your host, the Sports Scouting Report podcast, owner of Louisiana Football Magazine since 1997, been scouting since 91 for the state. And my next guest in our show is going to be Booker T. Washington in New Orleans, the head coach Wayne Reese Jr., I've met him way back when he was with his dad at McDonough 35 for a long time with Frank Daggs and that whole staff, and also doing a phenomenal job at Booker T. Washington. We're also going to interview two of his recruits. He's got several players, but we only have two today, but there's a lot of them we're going to talk about. We'll be right back.
Listen, whatever you're driving right now, Tommy Harvey wants it. Bring it in to Harvey Subaru, Lexus of Shreveport, Bossier City, or John Harvey Toyota. They're paying big bucks for all trades right now. They'll cut you a check right there. Tell them Lee sent you.
Welcome back, Lieber King, your host. I want to go ahead and introduce Wayne Reese Jr. Wayne, thank you for joining us today, man.
Well, thank you. And first of all, I want to thank you for the work you put in all the years since I've been in high school. You know, we appreciate you here in New Orleans, and I know the football community appreciate you for putting guys out there, you know, not the 5-star, 4-star guys, but the guys that's underrated. We appreciate you. All
of them. Thank you, Coach. Yeah. Appreciate that. It means a lot.
Yeah.
Your dad,
yes,
Wayne Sr., see him one day. He's
incredible. Yes.
He was one of my favorite coaches of all time.
Yeah.
And I always bring up the time that I went to one of y'all's football practices.
Yeah.
And City Park or wherever y'all were practicing at the time.
Yeah.
And he had that old beat-up van with all the equipment in it.
Yeah.
He was driving it.
Yeah.
And he had two big old freshman guys, 6 foot, 300 pounds. They weren't playing.
Yeah.
And I said, Coach, what are you doing? He said, ride with us, because I was at the school.
Yeah.
And you were already out there with Frank Daggs and the rest of the guys.
Yes, yeah.
And I rode with him and those two linemen. I said, what are they doing? He said, their job's to help me get all that equipment out. I said, well, I said, you're teaching them right, Coach.
Yeah.
But your dad was one of a kind. He was a phenomenal.
Yes, he was old school.
Yeah.
Old school, and you know, and we need more coaches like him.
Yes.
You know, not only just concerned about the W's and L's, but just coaching the whole. You know, player, student, athlete.
Yeah.
Make sure and you lead in the right direction for his life. You know, so yeah, that was him.
Well, we saw him out, you know, his time at McDonough 35, but he spent a lot of time at Carver and then Washington Marion.
Yes.
In Lake Charles.
Yes.
And I remember in Big Nate Livings.
Big Harvey.
Big Harvey. And he had a great career with the Bengals and LSU.
LSU, yes.
And they had Brandon Winey, I think your dad coached a little bit.
That was before. That was right before. You know, Washington Marion, Lake Charles, that community put out some outstanding athletes,
Eddie
Kennison, especially in Washington Marion, you know, in that neighborhood.
George Guidry, who signed with Tulane.
Tulane. I just ran into George at the Tulane scrimmage. Yeah.
I think you told me that.
Because he came to Grambling after Nebraska, and he was up there with us for a minute. Yeah.
And his son signed with Tulane from Ruston High School.
Ruston High School, yes.
And I told you I didn't put one and one together the whole time.
Yeah, that's George.
So remember, that's George Guidry, the best player maybe to ever come out of Marion. He was 6'3", 230, played running back, returning punts, running 4.4.
Yeah.
Back in the day. I saw that against Eunice.
Yes, Eunice. Yeah, that was a district. Eunice, DeRitter, LaGrange. Yeah, that was
that whole area.
Crowded.
Coach, we're going to take a break, and I want to start talking about your guys.
Okay.
At Booker T and the job you've done, but we'll be right back.
Supreme Chevrolet. Expect more from Supreme Automotive Group in Gonzales.
Welcome back. Lieber King, your host, the Sports Scouting Report podcast, Louisiana Football Magazine since 97, and we're going to be our 28th year. We're doing it digital this year. I'm leaving the kids all an old magazine, but it's going to be on our website. But I want them to appreciate what we do, you know, and show them an old copy. And Coach Wayne Reese Jr. He remembers those '90s magazines, 2000.
Yes.
You know, we had
absolutely.
Ryan Perilou on the cover. We've had, you know, L. Page was on the cover.
Page, yeah.
All these guys that are now head coaches were on the cover.
Yes.
Tony Hull.
Was
coaching at Easton.
He was at Reed. Yeah.
And now the head coach at Easton was on the cover.
Yeah. Jerry Phillips.
With Noel Ellis and those guys.
Noel Ellis, yes.
So it's just revolving back. And you've done a heck of a job at Booker T. Washington, Coach. I mean, you took it over. Y'all didn't have a lot of numbers.
No, we started from the bottom. We started a middle school program, freshman program, JV, and then we went into a varsity program. And it's not only me, you know, it's the coaches that, you know, coach with me, the administrators, just the Booker T. Washington community all together. The alumni is one of the biggest alumni in the city. You know, it's the second oldest African-American high school in New Orleans.
I didn't know that.
Yes, first for trade. Yes. McDonald 35 is first, number 2 is Booker T. Washington, but we are the first African-American high school in New Orleans for trade.
Wow.
Yes.
That's good stuff, Coach.
Yeah.
You've got a big senior group coming up.
Yes.
You had a big senior group last year.
Yes. Well, it was
good size group.
Good size group. Yeah. We have a big senior group, and this senior group been with us since they was freshmen. They came over from our feeder school, so they know our expectations.
Yeah.
You know, they know what we're working for, and so far so good. Over the summer, they've been consistent and been working hard and investing in themselves and also investing in the team. So hopefully that investment turned out to wins in the season.
Well, you've had to replace, you know, you had a quarterback for almost 4 years.
Yes, Washington, special kid. When I say he's a special kid, he's
the whole
great,
package.
Great in the classroom, great on the field, great in the community. He had a 3.7, 3.8. He made all district all 3 years in a row at quarterback. It was his first time playing quarterback. And the reason why he was playing quarterback is he was the most consistent one at practice. And he made all district for us. As a matter of fact, this graduation, we give out the Dickie Chase Foundation give out the Wayne Reese Scholarship Fund. He the one to receive it. He got, $5,000, something like that, going to college.
Speaking of Dickie Chase.
Yes.
The Legend Restaurant.
Yes.
I've never been. I got to go one day.
Okay, yes.
That restaurant's been open since what?
1941.
That's incredible.
Yes, 1941, yes.
For people that aren't from New Orleans watching the show, that is a landmark.
It's a landmark. It's,
in New Orleans.
It was one of the first places that African Americans could sit down and eat, civil rights leaders, and one of the first restaurants that black and white could come together and have a meal.
Tell everybody where it's at. I'm going to give them a plug today, man. You still go there probably, huh?
Yeah, sometimes. You know, I'm at Booker T most of the time. 2301 Dumaine Street.
There you go.
Right in the heart of the 6th Ward, you know.
There you go. Coach, talk about some of these guys. You don't have to talk about everybody.
Yeah.
The two that are here today, we'll interview them.
Okay.
You want to talk about some other players?
We have Jamonte and we have Devon Bruce, but we also have our running back, D'Amico Barnes. We also have Tayshawn Smith at receiver that been with us for a minute for like 3 years. He's been starting for like 3 years. Our offensive line, we had Keenan Brown. He's our second year second year playing organized football. Also on the defensive end, we have loaded with defensive backs, senior class. With Jamonte Barnes, you have Curran LaFrance, you have Rashad Johnson. It's just a number of them.
You got a bunch of guys that are kind of where if they have a great year for you, there's going to be opportunities assigned.
Yes, and a great linebacker core with Sadell Jackson, Kenwan Cooks, we have Jabari Johnson. Those guys that have been on the defensive side for a while, flip-flopping from DB to linebacker. And so that's pretty much our strength of our defense right there.
And you're high on your running back.
Yeah, D'Amico Barnes, he's a guy that had a great year last year, had close to 1,000 in the air for his catching out the backfield, and also 1,000 on the ground. You know, he's a versatile back. He could run in between the tackles. He can run outside, and you could put him in the slot also.
Yeah.
So he's one of them guys like 5'8", 5'9", not that big,
Right.
but he plays
different.
like he's 6'2", 210, you know, and like, you know, if you watch film, if you come to our game, you would know that.
Like the center of Carver. We're talking.
Yes.
Like
I've been watching him for a while.
So different, just different.
Yeah, just different. And then also he holds like a 3.8 in the classroom.
Got it covered.
Yeah. So he expecting a big year also.
Coach, tell people that are watching, not from New Orleans,
Yes.
statewide, the inner city schools in New Orleans are super strong, talent-wise.
Yes.
And people,
yes.
you know, I mean, the private schools are good, but I'm talking about people don't really understand how much talent is in the city of New Orleans with the public schools.
Yeah.
There's a lot of talent.
A lot of talent, and you know, and you know, I mean, kids are just left here from Carver talent. You know, you go to Livingston, you go to Sophie Wright, L.B. Landry. You know, all the McDonald 35 over there with Frank Daggs. Just the inner city, you have talent.
Yeah.
You know, probably don't have as much talent as the parochials.
But what I'm saying is most people talk about Warren Easton.
Yeah.
Which is they do a great job.
Yeah.
But I'm saying they don't talk enough about schools.
Yes. You know, I think the difference between and those guys do a great job.
Yeah, they do.
But we bring that talent, you know, out the guys in the inner city, you know.
I love seeing games because you'll play in Newman.
Yeah.
It's a good matchup. And it'll be on national TV like one game you had.
Yeah, you know, I learned that from the old school coaches, you know, and everybody, you know, not say everybody, some people get on me about my schedule. They're like, oh, coach, that's a hard schedule. Like, you play Hornville, you play all these 5A teams. But, you know, I think that's what we need to do.
To get ready.
To get ready, not only for district, for postseason.
Yeah.
You know, and if we could survive that, I know we have a great team.
Yeah.
And, you know, you pretty much seen everything that's out there, so I don't shy away from that.
I want to ask this because this is for how I feel. I don't like the way things are going with the portal because I think it's killing public schools with scholarships. You're seeing it.
Yes.
You know, you got guys that, okay, if a college, I won't throw a name out, but if there's a college in Louisiana that used to take 20 and now they're taking 5, then that's 15 less kids from Louisiana getting a scholarship. And it trickles down.
Yeah,
it trickles down to Nichols, it trickles down to Northwestern, Southern, all of them. But we've got 150 scholarships that are not being given out anymore just in Louisiana.
Yeah. Me and a buddy of mine was talking about this the other day, and I said, we live in a microwave society now. You know, and you can't blame the college coaches because their administrators is on them. They want to win right now. And so for them to win right now, they're going to go with more experience.
One-year guy.
That's college guys. Yeah. But at the same time, these high school kids are missing out on opportunities.
Right.
And as high school coaches, we try our best to get these guys into college and get them off the streets and in a better situation for us college-wise. Right. And so it's kind of hard on us. And, you know, and I talk to our guys about that. Pretty much every day at practice, like, you know, it's hard. It's hard to find a scholarship now.
Yeah.
You know, and so, you know, you may be good in high school, but guess what? You probably got to prove yourself again by being a preferred walk-on.
Yeah, and you know what I would do now? You know what I like, Coach?
Yeah.
And people think I'm crazy, but if you wanted to work to your advantage, if let's say the scholarships are gone, if you're good enough to go to junior college, and they have a limit on scholarships, you know, if you can get to Hines, you can get to Highland in Kansas.
Yeah.
Go 1 year if you qualify.
Yeah.
Play.
Yeah.
Don't sit. Play, and then everybody will want you.
Yes.
It's crazy because they just want another year.
Yes. And so that's, you know, I don't think, if correct me if I'm wrong, I don't have too many prep schools down here.
No.
So, you know, I think that will work, you know.
Right.
Yeah, another year of high school ball or go to a prep school or something like that, like you say, or a JUCO.
We need a couple of prep schools.
You're right.
We fill them up. There'd be tryouts. Man.
Yeah.
But Wayne, I appreciate you joining us. Wayne Reese Jr.
Appreciate you.
Head coach of Booker T. Washington High School in New Orleans, Louisiana. Been coaching a long time, and appreciate you bringing the kids. We're going to bring them up next.
Okay.
Appreciate you, Coach.
Appreciate
Don't
you.
get up yet. We're going to take a picture, but hope you enjoyed our interview with Wayne Reese Jr. We're going to have the recruits next, and then we got a show later we're going to be doing with Willow High School. We can't wait to see JJ and his kids and talk about Willow High School, too. We'll see you in just a minute.
Creed and Creed Law Firm. Serious attorneys for serious injuries.
Welcome back. You just heard Coach Wayne Reese Jr. from Booker T. Washington, head football coach, doing a great job with the program. And I want to go ahead and introduce one of his leaders of the team, who's going to be a senior, Javante Barnes. Javante, nice to meet you, man.
Nice to meet you too.
Safety. You said you play strong and free safety.
Yes, sir.
And you might end up playing a little wide out when the team needs you, right?
Yeah.
What's it like playing for Coach Wayne Reese?
What is it like?
Yeah, what's it like to be a player and learn from him?
You got to be tough playing for Coach Wayne Reese.
Pushes you in a good way, though, huh?
It pushed me in a good way. Tell me to strive for greatness and just above and beyond, and then the adversity. He said he put it in my head every day at practice. The adversity. You got to learn how to handle it.
But then when you finish college, one day you'll come back and say, "Hey, I want to shake your hand, Coach, for."
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah, just helping you out. What's it like playing for Booker T. Washington? And y'all have had some good seasons these last few years.
Yeah. What it's like is very like feel home. Like it's a team. Like
close.
Yeah, close. Like you could build bonds and brotherhoods outside of the football relationship, and Booker T prepare you for like real life besides football. Like
speaking of that, you got a 3.0 GPA.
Yeah.
Qualified ACT.
Yeah.
You want to do mechanical?
Yeah,
you get
mechanical
out?
Engineer. Yeah.
College-wise, I always want to ask kids. Not that you have an offer or not, but who do you like growing up? Who are your teams?
I really like. I see like Ohio State or probably. I'm always go LSU.
Okay. You like the cold weather at Ohio State?
I bear with it.
You just like Ohio State.
Yeah.
Go visit, like everybody says, and then come back and see what you like on that. But I went up to PA where Coach was from earlier, and it was like 10 degrees one day. I'm like, wait a minute. I just won't come back these 4 months. These 4 months of winter. But no, they have a great program. Anybody you want to give a shout out to from where you are today? Anybody in your family? Anybody you want to mention?
Our other coaches I met like last season going in. Coach Ross.
Okay.
Great guy, pushing. He building our team this summer. Like we've been working hard, and I feel like we're gonna have a good upcoming season.
What position does Coach Ross coach?
He coached the linebackers.
Okay. So that's good, man. He's on defense with you, even though you're a DB.
Yeah.
Anybody in your family you want to give a shout out to?
I don't know.
Everybody?
Yeah, everybody.
Everybody?
Yeah.
Well, good to meet you, man. Good luck to you this year.
Thank you.
He's jersey number 1. He's a defensive back, safety, plays a little receiver when needed for Coach Reese. Javante Barnes, check him out, class of 225, sleeper for college. We'll be right back. We got one more kid to interview for Booker T. Washington. We'll be right back.
Listen, whatever you're driving right now, Tommy Harvey wants it. Bring it in to Harvey Subaru, Lexus of Shreveport, Bossier City, or John Harvey Toyota. They're paying big bucks for all trades right now. They'll cut you a check right there. Tell them Lee sent you.
Welcome back. Lee Burkeen, your host, the Sports Scouting Report podcast, Louisiana Football Magazine. We got Booker T. Washington, our show today. We talked to Reese. We talked to one of their DBs. And speaking of DBs, the kid that we just interviewed, his dad played for St. Aug back in the day, was a running back, Jamal Barnes. So we want to make sure we mention that second-generation football player. And our next guest is an offensive tackle for Booker T. Washington. He's a class of 225. He's a senior, 6'7", I'd say 250 for September. Right now he's about 238, 240. Devon Bruce. Devon, good to meet you.
Good to meet you too.
What's it like going through this senior year coming up?
Senior year?
This is it.
I don't really know because I'm not really used to it. You feel me? I'm not really used to trying to lead people and stuff.
It's your first year to do that, huh?
Yeah. Really just learning.
Now you're one of the older guys.
Yeah.
It happens quick, doesn't it?
Yeah. I'm just trying to do. I try to do for the younger guys what the older guys did for me.
That's good. Pass it on, man.
Yeah.
Now, you're a big guy. You got a lot of weight that you're going to be able to add. You probably weigh 290, 300 if you play football college-wise, and you're pretty lean. Number 75, Jersey. Mechanical engineering, you say you want to major in?
Yeah.
You going to Grambling camp pretty soon, and then you said Troy.
Yeah.
What do you think about these camps, and what do you think about college recruiting?
The camps.
Ready to learn? Ready to?
Yeah, definitely. When I go to the camp, I'm not really. Of course, I'm going to get recruited, but I'm also going to learn too.
Learn your position.
Yeah, get better.
What do you think you need to work on? I know Coach Reese and them are working with you, but are you more advanced as a run blocker or a pass blocker right now?
I say, I don't really know.
A little bit of each?
Yeah. I definitely still got to work on both though.
Can you pull any? Do they pull you any?
Yeah.
That's pretty good though for a big old guy pulling. You know what that means? That means you put the weight on and you keep your feet.
Yeah.
You're going to be all right. You're a guy that can blow up this year. Coach is pretty high on you. I interviewed Coach, and he said that you got a lot of ability, and this is your year, right? Yeah. There aren't many guys 6'7" that can run like you. That's very rare. What's it like playing for Coach Reese? I know we asked Barnes, but what do you think?
I agree with everything he said.
There you go.
Very tough. You feel me? You gotta work hard. If you ain't working hard, you ain't gonna be around long. Say that.
Well, they say that's what makes a good team, though.
Yeah.
Good leadership.
Definitely.
Now that you're a senior, and anybody you want to shout out to in your family?
My mom and my brother.
Okay. You want to say their names to the camera?
Lucinda Bruce and Charles Harris.
There you go. Are you the youngest or the oldest?
Youngest.
The youngest.
Yeah.
Can I say something? He don't mention it. We don't talk about him up, but he was a part of robotics state when y'all was runner-ups.
Yeah.
You need to talk about that.
Coach was talking about robotics for state.
Yeah.
Tell us
I'm
about
on the
that.
robotics team at my school, and I'm the captain of the mechanic team. So we got another football player, two more football players, Kewan Cooks and D'Amico Barnes.
Yeah.
They on there too. Me and D'Amico, we on the mechanic part. So like we do all the putting the robot together and stuff.
You're doing engineering work already.
Yeah.
That's good stuff, man.
Kewan, he's a part of the wiring part, so like he do the wiring and stuff.
Okay.
So yeah.
And where do y'all go when y'all meet for these? Is there like a regional or anything, or like a?
We had a regional, a little bit before school ended. We went to state, I think.
But y'all do
was
this
out there in Texas.
But y'all do this in the classroom, huh?
Oh yeah. We do all the work in the classroom.
Yeah.
That's good stuff, man.
Yeah.
So you're ahead of the game with all that.
Yeah.
You like putting things together? You like
Definitely.
that? And what part of it that are you strongest at with this robotics? What part of it?
It really just being able to understand the design of it.
Okay.
And be able to put it together quick.
Man, you fit the O-line because when it's drawing up plays and where to move and what gap, that ought to be easy, right? Robotics should be the hard part, right?
Yeah.
I'm impressed, man. That's good stuff. See, colleges don't know this, but Coach tells people, but that's why I'm glad you came on. I'm glad Coach brought you, Devon, and good luck to you this year, man.
Thank you.
This is your year to show everybody what you got, and now they know that you're a pretty good student, too, and I've never heard anybody in robotics.
Yeah.
Especially in high school. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
Good luck. I hope everybody enjoyed the show. Check out Booker T. Washington in New Orleans. They got a great team, a great school. As you know, great programs for academics. And Wayne Reese Jr. does a great job. We'll see you soon.
Thanks for watching the Sports Scouting Report with Lieber King.